Detroit Stan Van Gundy called it mindless basketball, saying his team had no chemistry or energy. The Detroit Pistons lost their 7th consecutive game Tuesday, falling 10,384 to the Denver Nuggets at Little Caesars Arena in a performance Van Gundy said was an embarrassment. "I've coached 850-plus regular season games, plus playoffs. That's one of the worst ones I've ever had," Van Gundy said. "I'm not running away from the responsibility. It's my job to put a product on the floor. I've got to try to find answers. We didn't do anything tonight. We didn't compete, we didn't play well, we didn't bring any energy to the game. That's on me as a coach. I selected these players, I decide who plays, I decide what we run on offense, I decide how we play defense. That was an embarrassment." Pistons Stan Van Gundy Pistons performance embarrassing. The Pistons 14-13 followed their worst shooting night of the season with a performance that was nearly as bad, 35.4% on 28 of 79. "But they at least competed," Van Gundy said, while shooting 33% Sunday in a 9,181 loss to the Celtics. The effort wasn't there against a lesser Denver team 15-12 that was missing two key starters due to injuries, forward Paul Millsap and center Nikola Jokic. The starters were particularly bad, shooting 10 for 36, 27.8% and committing 16 of the team's 21 turnovers. "Our minds were not in it tonight," Van Gundy said. "Everybody's got their dilemmas. Some guys hanging their heads. We didn't bring it mentally or physically. As a group, we have guys feeling sorry for ourselves and that's not going to cut it. Nobody is going to feel sorry for you in this league." Tobias Harris, the team's leading scorer, missed all 7 of his shots and finished with 2 points. Avery Bradley, who was sick and missed part of the second half, went 2 for 10, 6 points. Andre Drummond 5 points, took only 4 shots. "Part of that is not shooting the ball well, but part of that is too many guys trying to force it," Anthony Tolliver said. "Not in a selfish way, but in a way like, man, we got to get it going. Instead of just trusting the process, trusting each other. So many guys, it's not just one person, trying to overcompensate." The Pistons never led. They trailed 4,940 at the half and Denver pulled away by outscoring them 3,120 in the third quarter, when Jamal Murray scored 13 of his game-high 28 points. Langston Galloway led the Pistons with 18 points and Boban Marjanovic scored 14 in just 13 minutes. "It's not much you can take away from this game," Galloway said. "We just have to come out with more energy and more passion and battle better, especially from the start." Reggie Jackson, who led Pistons starters with 12 points, said it's certainly frustrating. "We're not coming out swinging. Just got to come out and fight, find a way to be the aggressor." Van Gundy said they didn't bring any fight to this game. He tossed around embarrassing quite a bit. "I deserve to be held accountable for that," he said. "There is no excuse for a professional basketball team to put out on the floor what we put out on the floor tonight, and as a coach, you got to take that, and you can't run away from that and make excuses. That was an embarrassing effort. This is the longest Pistons skid since they dropped 10 in a row from February 24 to March 14, 2015. My message to everybody after the game was to just relax," Tolliver said. "Everybody looked uptight and everybody looked like the weight of the world was on their shoulders and you can't play like that. Hope you have a good practice tomorrow, get these guys heads up and move forward."